Sister Wives, Christine's memoir exposes Kody's deep, dark secrets. The world of Sister Wives has always been filled with drama, raw emotions, and explosive revelations, but Christine Brown's new memoir has taken things to a whole new level. Fans who have followed the polygamist family for years knew Christine had plenty of stories to tell after walking away from her plural marriage with Kody Brown. However, no one could have predicted the intensity of the secrets she has chosen to share in her candid book. Christine's memoir, which dives deep into her personal experiences within the Brown family, has now become the latest storm to hit Kody. For years, the patriarch has maintained an image of being a devoted husband and father, but Christine's words are peeling back that carefully crafted exterior. According to her account, Kody's behavior behind closed doors was often controlling, dismissive, and even manipulative. The book doesn't just reveal his flaws as a husband, but also exposes the darker sides of their family's plural marriage dynamic that were never fully shown on television. Christine speaks her truth. Christine's departure from the family in 2021 shocked viewers, but also seemed inevitable. Her independence, vibrant personality, and longing for respect were in direct conflict with Kody's increasingly rigid control over his wives. In her memoir, Christine explains how years of being sidelined and unheard pushed her toward a breaking point. She describes moments when she felt invisible within her marriage, as if her value only existed in maintaining household duties rather than being seen as a partner or equal. She recounts the early years of her marriage when she was full of optimism about polygamy. Christine writes about how she believed the idea of sister wives supporting each other would be empowering. However, that dream quickly started to crumble as Kody's favoritism became clear. Christine shares instances when she tried to connect with Kody emotionally, only to be dismissed. The lack of intimacy, attention, and kindness became unbearable over time. Kody's controlling nature. One of the most shocking aspects of the memoir is Christine's description of Kody's controlling behavior. She portrays him as a man who constantly needed to have the final say, whether it was about parenting, family decisions, or even where the wives should live. Christine reveals that he would often use guilt to keep his wives in line, reminding them of religious obligations or manipulating their feelings of loyalty. Christine doesn't shy away from explaining how this control damaged her self-esteem. She admits to questioning her worth, wondering why her husband seemed more invested in other wives, particularly Robyn, than in her. Readers get a glimpse of the emotional toll it took on Christine to constantly feel like she was competing for affection in a relationship that was supposed to be about unity. Favoritism toward Robyn. One of the recurring themes in Christine's memoir is Kody's favoritism toward Robyn Brown, his fourth wife. While fans of Sister Wives have long speculated about this dynamic, Christine's book confirms just how deeply this favoritism affected the family. She describes moments when Kody openly prioritized Robyn's needs over those of his other wives and children. Christine recalls family meetings where her opinions were ignored, yet Robyn's suggestions were instantly accepted. She writes about how Kody seemed to transform into a different man around Robyn, gentle, attentive, and patient, while being harsh and dismissive with her. This double standard not only hurt Christine personally, but also created tension among the other wives, further fracturing the family's unity. Emotional neglect and distance. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking revelations in Christine's memoir is the emotional neglect she endured. She reveals that for years, she felt starved for affection. While she wanted to build a strong marital bond with Kody, he often rejected her attempts at closeness. Christine shares painful stories of nights spent crying alone, realizing that the man she married no longer valued her as a partner. She also writes about the moment she decided enough was enough. The lack of emotional connection, combined with Kody's unwillingness to put effort into their relationship, became the final straw. Christine explains how she realized she deserved more, not just for herself, but for her children who were watching and learning from the marriage dynamic. Life after leaving Kody. Christine's decision to leave was monumental, both for her and for the Sister Wives storyline. In her memoir, she describes the fear and excitement that came with stepping away from the plural marriage. For the first time in decades, She was able to make choices for herself without needing Kody's approval. She reflects on her journey to finding happiness again, emphasizing the importance of self-respect and self-love. Christine also highlights how her children encouraged her to move forward, reminding her that she deserved joy and fulfillment. The memoir paints a picture of a woman who has reclaimed her independence after years of suppression. Kody's dark side. Beyond personal stories of neglect and favoritism, Christine's memoir dives into what she calls Kody's dark side. She reveals how his obsession with control often created an atmosphere of fear rather than love within the family. According to Christine, Kody could become cold and unyielding when things didn't go his way. She even recalls situations where his anger left lasting scars, not just on her but also on the children. These revelations are particularly shocking because they contrast sharply with the family image Kody often projected on television. While viewers saw a charismatic, sometimes stubborn patriarch, Christine describes a man who wielded his authority to keep everyone under his thumb. The strain on the children. Christine also opens up about how Kody's behavior impacted the children. She details instances where her kids felt abandoned or overlooked because of Kody's attention toward Robyn's household. Christine writes about having to step in as both mother and father, filling the emotional void left by Kody's absence. She shares her heartbreak at seeing her children question their father's love. While Christine tried to shield them from the pain, she admits that they could sense the favoritism and emotional distance. The memoir highlights her determination to give her children a sense of stability, even when her marriage was falling apart. A new chapter of empowerment. Christine's memoir isn't just about exposing Kody's flaws, it's also a celebration of her new life. She writes passionately about the freedom she has found since leaving the marriage. From starting fresh in a new home to entering a new romantic relationship, Christine describes the joy of rediscovering herself. Her story is one of empowerment, showing readers that it's never too late to walk away from toxic relationships. Christine's honesty and vulnerability make her memoir not just a tell-all about the Brown family, but also an inspiring message for anyone who feels trapped in an unhealthy situation. Fan reactions. The release of Christine's memoir has caused waves in the Sister Wives community. Many fans see her as a hero for finally speaking out and refusing to remain silent about her pain. Social media has been flooded with messages of support, with viewers applauding her bravery in standing up to Kody.